So how's it, guys? We're here at the second place. We're here with Megan and her boyfriend, and if you can see behind there, there's very kindly or luckily, and from a Grace perspective, the house, or mom's house, was actually saved. So at the moment, basically, it's your brother. You said that your brother's staying on that
Yep.
side. So brother's staying on the one side of the house, and her mom and her boyfriend and her daughter and her mother are staying on the other side of the house. The tragedy was they actually were building a house and they had bought all the equipment to build a house, and it was sitting here behind us. So we've got some of the roof panels, some of the aluminium doors and windows are in that shed there, but everything else was wood and has gone. And I mean, here we've actually got the plans and everything else. It was actually a property that was from Plet that they bought and dismantled and then brought here. And really what they're looking for is, the most important thing is to have their own space. So if you've ever lived with your father-in-law or mother-in-law, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's probably a lot worse than anything else on the planet. So that's what they're really looking to do. And I think, would you mind just explaining a little bit around your ideas of what you were talking about, particularly with the wooden house, where you can build it, start and keep going, basically?
Yeah, well,
so that you can get that space.
Basically what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to build a wooden cottage again, because it's a cheap and easy way of doing it. And we can basically start with a foundation, which is a big enough space for us to occupy immediately, and then at a later stage we can always possibly build onto that house another bedroom for my daughter, and so on and so forth. But at the moment, just the immediate concern is just away from the parents and the mother-in-law, and to have our own space.
I mean, we're looking at, from a costing perspective, to build that, to have a proper usable structure, and at least have a core that you can build from, would be around 50 to 60,000 rand to build that structure, basically. Just from their perspective as well, they lost their whole shed, which had all the farming equipment in it. They also had a paintball business. They lost the trees and the paintball business. And luckily the good news is that it's a working farm and none of the animals were hurt, which is also awesome. So I'm not sure from your perspective if there's anything else that is relevant in terms of just from people's perspective, but I mean, that's, from what I understand, is really the nuts and bolts.
Yeah, basically, like I said earlier, we are the fortunate few that weren't as badly affected as a lot of the neighbors around us. The biggest loss to us was just the house that we basically were hoping to move into quite soon, which got burnt down. So that is just our main concern at the moment. Other than that, we are moving forward and keeping strong.
Awesome. Well, listen, thanks very much for your time, and for Etienne, hopefully I can get him out of his mother-in-law's house as soon as possible, because I know what that would be like for me. Cheers.